Dumelang Bonani, I'm Shani. Hello, hi. It's your girl Kia Morake and welcome to my channel. Okay, Morake. This is part 2 of the two-piece that I did from just a pair of pins. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I did the corset, and I already showed you guys how I did the skirt. So if you haven't checked that out, please click the little box there on your right hand side corner or the left hand side corner on top there. But yeah, let's get into it, guys. So you're going to cut your pants, ensuring that you do have enough material for your corset, please. So my skirt is going to be a mini skirt, and I'm sure yours will be too, because we need enough material for our corset. Then we are going to move on into making the corset pattern. When it comes to the corset pattern, it is very easy, guys. This is the easiest way to get a corset pattern. You have to ensure that you are wearing a tight top, and then using masking tape. I would advise to use masking tape, not duct tape, because masking tape, it's easier to take that off from your top rather than duct tape. Duct tape, you will have to cut the top. So you're just going to paste the masking tape the way I'm doing right now, and it just has to be half of your body. It doesn't have to be like the entire body. Then once you're done, you are going to start marking, drawing the pattern, you know, how you'd like your corset to sit. It does not have to be exactly like mine. You just be creative. Do it in a way that you'd like your corset to sit. I don't want a lot to do, so I only did like three parts of one side. But yeah, anyways, you guys will see I was struggling. I didn't have a marker, so I'm sorry that you guys can't really see like the lines, but please, I always say this when it comes to explaining my tutorials or whatever: watch carefully. Watch carefully. Yeah. Once you are done, you are going to carefully remove the masking tape. I don't know why I sticked mine on my skin, but luckily I'm not hairy on my chest, so it wasn't painful to remove it. But you need to carefully remove it because, you know, the tapes need to be intact. Whew. Then I realized that I forgot to mark down the bottom part, like the waist or by the stomach part. So yeah, I put it back, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I forgot to explain this. As you are taping your body, please ensure that you also follow the curves, like by the boobs, you know, by like just follow the curves, guys. Don't worry, even if the tape is not sitting perfectly straight, it's fine. Now we start cutting the pattern. You can paste it on newspaper first before you can cut out the pattern, but I wanted to cut out the patterns first before I paste it on the newspaper. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. When you are cutting it out with the newspaper, please leave some seam allowance using the newspaper, right? I did the mistake of pasting these too close to each other that I didn't have space to cut for seam allowance. But because this is another pattern that I was doing, because I didn't shoot the first one that I was doing, you guys will basically see how my actual patterns were. Once you're done, you're going to number your patterns so that you know how they sit, so that you don't get confused on how they actually sit. So yeah, that's what I did. I numbered it 1, 2, 3. As you can see, I also numbered top and bottom. Rip your pants open, inside out, pin your pattern and cut it out. When you do the other side, because you're going to use the same pattern to do for the other half, please ensure that the inside out is facing each other. Please watch carefully, guys. I can't explain this, oh my gosh. But yeah, inside out, well, the outside part must be facing each other. So you guys will see what I'm talking about. I am marking an X on the inside of the pattern so that I know which side is outside and which side is the inside, because it's literally like the same thing. It looks the same on both sides. So just so that I'm not confused. This is the hard part I was trying to explain. Well, it's not hard, but it's hard to explain it. Now, using the material that I cut, right, I have to cut the same thing for the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the outside part of the material together. They must face each other, you know. So hi guys, watch carefully. I don't know how I can explain this. Please help me down in the comments below if you know how to explain this. But yeah. Now you're going to pin the pattern together, but before you do that, please excuse the background sound, it's irritating me. But before you pin the patterns, you're going to use those patterns to cut again on another material, any other material. I'd say soft material. The material should not be stretchy, and and you just cut exactly the same thing, because that's what you're going to use for your inner material, but you guys will see as I go. Okay, now we're gonna put that together, put that together, put that together, put that together, put that together. Now this is how it's going to look once you're done putting the patterns together, as well as the inner. This is the inner that I used. It can be of any color. It's time to sew the inner and the outer material together, and this is how you're going to do it. So the outer part of the materials should be together when you sew the materials together, and then you're going to open it out inside out, and then you guys will see basically why, so that the seam can be nice and neat. My explaining sucks. Like, I'm just going to keep on saying this. My explaining sucks. Damn. Once you're done sewing the materials together, you're going to cut out the corners and the curves, so that when you fold it inside out, it is, you know, nice and neat. There's no gathering inside of the materials. And this is how it looks when you fold it outside in, like the correct way. So yeah, now we're going to do spaces for the boning, and this is how I do it. So there are many ways to do boning, and this is how I decided to do it. I pinned the seam allowance inside of the material, in between of the material, so that it does not move when I sew it, you know. Because yeah, that's what I'm basically going to use. I'm going to use that seam allowance for both of them to make space for the boning. So I'm going to sew on each side of the stitch that I made to join the patterns. And we are done. Now it's time to put the boning in. This is how I do my boning. It's a plastic boning, so I am going to melt the edges so that they don't ruin the stitches as I try to push it through the material, if you guys get me. I think I explained that well. Yes, I did. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then cut it down at the bottom. Once I'm done putting it in every hole, then I'm going to do the same at the bottom of the boning, so that, you know, it does not ruin the stitches or the edges or the material. Okay, so now it's time to do the last, well, it's not the last part, but to do the bottom part of the corset, which I struggled a little bit with. So yeah, you take strips of the material that you left with, put them together so that they're long enough for the bottom part. I'm sorry I couldn't show you guys properly. As you can see, I was covering the camera because I was in kind of a rush. So yeah, you're basically going to take that strip of material and try to put it over the material, right? Yeah, the outside of the material facing each other, then you put it together. Then yeah, you basically just do like a stitch over that, then you fold it in, do another stitch. Now we're going to do the eyelets, the holes. I have marked where I'd like the holes, so we're going to make the holes. Hey, when I tell you that I was struggling with the eyelets, guys, yo, I could not figure out how to use this thing. It was, the instructions were just confusing, written in another language. This was actually the first time I was using eyelets, and yeah. So please don't mind the dirtiness, like guys, it's very hard to keep the white clean. Yo, anyways, it was big. I removed these. This was this basically here. It was big. I removed that because it was just too big. So I removed that. And on the other side, and I ironed the thingies inside. So I'm gonna do a top stitch, right? After doing a top stitch, then we're gonna put back the eyelets. I'm not sure if I have figured out how to put the eyelets, guys. It's confusing. Then the corners, guys, I wish I had done something about the corners. I wish I had done like I don't know how to explain it, but like a stitch going that way, a reverse stitch and the thingy. But anyways, I need to fix the corners. You know, as you can see, the corners are like literally coming out. I have to fix the corners, literally coming out. Please don't mind my nails. And then I also want to fix here. I don't like this here. And then done. So here I am doing the eyelets again because it was big. The position of the eyelets was not sitting well because like the corners, they when you tie it wasn't sitting well. So I just really needed to change it. So here I am trying to do the eyelets again, but I'm not gonna lie, I still struggled. But we moved, guys. We moved on, figured it out, and yeah. So please watch carefully how I did the holes. I basically cut a small hole using a scissor, and then I used a pen to open the hole a little bit more. When it comes to the eyelets, to explain it, forget. I don't need this anymore. I do not need this anymore. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this motherfucking thing, because it's the one that motherfucking confused me. And then this white one, I know that this one, it goes here, like that, here like that. And then this one, it doesn't have a thing. It goes over that. This one goes here. This one goes over that. And then this hammer, basically we're gonna put that, and then you So let me show you guys. So I have this one. I'm gonna put it on the right side of the right. Put it in your hole, which can. I'm sure a lot of you guys would say, why didn't you watch videos on social media? I tried to look for videos to really find out what's wrong. Maybe it's because I'm using a scissor, I don't have a hammer. Like, how does this thing work? And that white thing of that instrument, it's plastic, so obviously if I'm gonna be too hard, it looks like it's going to break. It already broke in half. So yeah, guys, like, it was really hard to figure out the eyelets, but you know, practice makes perfect. As time goes, we'll figure it out. Now that we have those in, I don't have a hammer, so I'm using this scissor.
it's dark.
HELO HI, my first corset, I really struggled. I really struggled, but for a first timer I think it came out good. It's not perfect, but you know, I think it's good. Please comment down below what you guys think of the corset, but otherwise I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.